Out of hand. If you are not firm with the children, they will get out of hand. Out of breath. As I ran all the way to the station, I was almost out of breath. As a result. As a consequence. As a result of. As a consequence of. I am afraid war will come as a result of this incident. As a rule. As a rule, I go to school before 8 o'clock. As a whole. We must take this matter into account as a whole. On the whole. On the whole, the people there are friendly to us. As such. I am a gentleman, and I will behave as such. As a matter of course. The innocent were, as a matter of course, set free. As a matter of fact. As a matter of fact, you are quite right. On one's way. Would you mail this letter for me on your way to school? On duty. The policeman was on duty when the crime was committed. On one's guard. Be on your guard against fire. On the part of. There was no objection on the part of those who were present. On one's own. My father told me to do so on my own. On end. It rained 3 days on end. He talked for more than 3 hours on end. On the increase. The population of this city is on the increase. On the go. Everyone in the city appears to be constantly on the go. For one thing. For one thing. For another. It is, for one thing, to bathe in the sun that people gather in such spacious outdoor places. For one. I, for one, believe that you are not to blame for the accident. For my part, I have no objection to the proposal. For the most part, his books were, for the most part, contributed to the library. For nothing. You can have this dictionary for nothing. He did not study abroad for nothing. For the life of me. I couldn't, for the life of me, remember where I had put my keys. For a rainy day. Put aside money for a rainy day. Against a rainy day. Put aside money against a rainy day. For a change. For a change of air. I wish you would take me to a restaurant for a change. For that matter, you are better qualified to judge than I of use. I am glad that I have been of some use to you. Of help. Of service. I am glad to have been of some help to you. Be of the opinion that S plus V. I am of the opinion that we should do away with such an old custom immediately. By oneself. You are not old enough to go swimming by yourself. In oneself. The idea is not in itself a bad one. Of oneself. Strange to say, the door opened of itself. Beside oneself. Beside oneself with. They were beside themselves with joy. In spite of oneself. She burst out laughing in spite of herself. In spite of himself, he felt his face blush. To the point. In public speaking. One should be short and to the point. Beside the point. Beside the mark. He insisted upon the point vigorously, but we all thought it was beside the point. Wide of the mark. Your guess is wide of the mark. To one's surprise. To one's joy. To my surprise, he spoke in favor of the plan at the conference. To one's heart's content. He was enjoying himself to his heart's content. To one's taste. She gave him a necktie which was completely to his taste. Between ourselves. Let's keep this matter between ourselves. Without fall. I'll come tomorrow evening without fail. Underway. Preparations are now underway. Little by little his English improved. Word for word. Word by word. She tried to translate his speech word for word. Over and over. Over and over again. I've warned you over and over again not to do it. On and on. On and on he ran, never daring to look back. On and off. It will rain on and off today, so you'd better take your umbrella. All the same. Just the same. Whether she goes or stays, it's all the same to me. Everyone opposed it. But Mary and John got married all the same. On the contrary, I am very idle. To the contrary. He went to see the football game in spite of his doctor's advice to the contrary. On the other hand, Junko is very poor at mathematics. On the other hand, she is good at foreign languages and athletics.